Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm presenting some data on dry eye. We have several phase 2 and phase 3s for dry eye programs. And today I'm presenting a combination therapy that we have for the dry eye. So everything is non-preserved unit dose, and we have, as I said, programs for both acute and chronic dry eye. We use three fundamental building blocks to achieve our goal and make our formulations. There's a proprietary vehicle that we use. Then there is a corticosteroid that is new for US. We believe it has the potential to be the safest and most potent steroid on the market. And then there is an immunomodulator that we use that not only downregulates B cells and T cells, but it also upregulates mucin production. What I really like about that combination is what people have been using for decades in transplant medicine and autoimmune diseases. They call it steroid-sparing strategy. You use very, very little steroid, you combine it with a mycophenolate, and then you stay away from all the side effects, but you get all the benefits. Let's see if that works for ophthalmology. So we have several products ready to be launched, we believe, somewhere between 24 and 27, 28. There is a superior chronic dry eye disease product that we are going to go head-to-head against Xiidra in phase 3 in the next few months. Then there is a chronic dry eye drop that's an OTC NDA. It's more of a superior artificial tear. And there is a post-op pain and inflammation product that we are going to put in phase 3 head-to-head against Durezol. We have already achieved agreement with FDA about that design. Then an induction therapy with an onset of effect at 7 days, which is something that I'm going to present you some data about. So the design of the trial. This is a dose-ranging trial. We have negative control like every other trial, but we also have positive control. Xiidra and Restasis, head-to-head in this trial. BID dosing for 84 days long. And what we use for primary endpoint is a symptom. We are using a scale called University of North Carolina Dry Eye Management Scale. It's a validated scale, and 1 unit reduction is considered clinically significant. So with that, let's look at the data. This is the symptom reduction. You're looking at symptom reduction at day 7, 30, 60, and 84, and that's the dosing period. Black line is the combination therapy. Blue and gray are the components of it. And as you know, being superior to your component is a regulatory requirement for any combination therapy, that we are comfortably achieving it here. But what's more noteworthy to me is that at day 7, we are already achieving 50% more reduction of the symptom compared to what's considered clinically significant. And at 60 days, it becomes 100% more, almost 2 units reduction. About 100 people were exposed to a corticosteroid for 84 days long, BID. So IOP is always a concern. We had 0 patients showing an IOP spike, whether it was over 22 millimeters of mercury or an increase of 10 millimeters of mercury compared to the base. 0 patients. But why would any patient care for that? Because after all, what they would like to know and see is that, is this any better than what they're already using out there? And that's part of the reason why we had this head-to-head design. So let's compare that combination to Xiidra and Restasis on the same scale. Black line is, again, our combination therapy, and you see Xiidra and Restasis on top of that. Almost at every point, we're doing better compared to Xiidra and Restasis. And this is only 50 patients per arm. When you run trials for dry eye against your placebo, you need 400, 500, 600 patients to show a p-value compared to a placebo. So compared to an active is a much higher bar to show any difference. Nevertheless, we were able to see a significant p-value at day 7 compared to Xiidra. And I'm actually not showing it here, but we also have a p-value at day 60 between that black line and blue line down there. So And we have several other p-values actually on corneal staining, hyperemia, but the duration of this presentation is too short. I can't show all of the data to you, but the data is there. So we are very, very excited about that, and this is a symptom. So let's look at the sign, Schirmer test. So combination therapy and Xiidra are almost identical when you look at them in terms of performance. Restasis needs a little more time to catch up, and around day 60, they're coming comparable to each other when you compare the Schirmer test result. That's one sign. And then let's look at the safety and adverse events. So almost on every front, combination therapy does much better than Xiidra. So when you look at the adverse event leading to discontinuation, the number of less than half. You look at ocular treatment emergent adverse event, 34 versus 46. You look at the vision blurriness, it's much lower than Xiidra. And dysgeusia, of course, none with our combination, and 16 points with Xiidra. So on safety and tolerability, we do much, much better than Xiidra. So what are the next steps? We think that steroid-sparing strategy works in dry eye disease and in ophthalmology. We think that combination therapy shows a rapid onset of action for both signs and symptoms. And we believe there's considerable room, actually, because we had dose-ranging studies, and we think we can actually upgrade this formulation to do even better than what has been showing here. So that will be our phase 2b plan. Thank you.